Welcome back. Hey, cholesterol. Hey, is the sound working? Is there sound? Uh-oh. Getting I'm getting some feedback. Dang, I need to work. Uh let's see. It's my headphones are screwing up, I guess. Hold on. Oh, maybe it's my headphones. I'll be right back. Give me a second. Okay. I think everything's working now. Welcome back. Hey, Jackal. Welcome. Let me do that. Okay. Awesome. Oh, what is this? My computer's now. Is this a blue screen of death? God. No, it's my computer screen. No, I do setup. God. Okay. All right. The lights are off. The coffee is ready and warmish. My computer wants to die. Welcome back, your mind. Welcome back, mind. Ye tarnish, ye dead, who yet live. All right, let's see. Okay, so I got this sword the other day. This black sword. What? No, it's called the Sword of Darkness. It does this black smoke. And I've been trying to use it, trying to see if it's any good. And I want to say that I'm not impressed with it. Even though the lore implications on it are I posted in the Discord this morning. Yes, Jackal. Yes. I mean, that is just so crazy to me. How do my control? All right. All right. So if I don't know if anybody can see it, it says deals holy damage, and you know the darkness regular temporarily reduces holy damage negation. So you know, being darkness, you figured it had a negative effect. So it has a debuff and deals holy damage. It's just I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. And this morning, was it you, Jackal, I was talking to about it? Or was it Head Cannon? About that it's probably has to do with something with faith in darkness? I don't know. And I should have looked up to see what percentage of debuff. Oh, in the same run? Well, you know, I was trying to use both. And I don't know if it was like Night Rain where you could do L2 did the Ash of War for the left hand and R2 did the Ash of War for the right hand. That'd be cool. Oh. Oh man. It's one of those days. Wow. Okay. Here we go. Because I do like that buff. I do like the way it looks. And it's definitely cast faster than the Sword of Darkness. Okay, let's see. Where am I going? You know what? Let's go. Have I beaten Mesmer? Let's go fight Mesmer. And while we fight Mesmer, we'll put our sign out and see if anybody needs help. Oh, you know what? Am I answering the calls? Let's answer calls for help. Oh, that dragon's over there. Oh, there was another thing. You know how we find the gold road tiles over here in this church? I went through all this way looking to see if there was gold road tiles somewhere over here, and I didn't see any. I was really hoping there would be somewhere over here, something to connect the tiles together to let me know that my theory that I think it would be really significant if we found them somewhere else, to know that the lands between was pieced together. The land of shadow, I'm sorry, is a parallel or a metaphor for what Godric did to himself. It's just grafted together, right? So like you have the suppressing tower here, and let's say the suppressing tower and this whole chunk of land is the original island that was in here, right? We could say that, and then America grafted all these pieces of land to this area. So on the Discord, when I was saying that Godric was a representation or a parallel, is because what made me think of that was this right here looks like one of his arms that he has on his shoulders, this dangle or whatever, and this is another, and this is his head or his crown, and the black keep would definitely be his head, would be the black keep, and then his malformed leg, and you know, stuff like that. I was wondering if, to me it looked like it might have been a parallel, but maybe not. Let's see. Damn, 3,500 damage. Wow. Oh. All right, let's go fight Mesmer while we wait on somebody to call for help. And the Mesmer fight is so good too, man. It really is. You know, I like to fight Mesmer with not with this spell, with Scarlet Rot. The Scarlet Rot really helps out in the end, because when things get real iffy, it comes in clutch. For something deeper. Well, how deep? Because, you know, I'm a believer that there is a deeper meaning, but when it becomes so deep that you apply a different meaning than what it is or what it could be, I mean, that's when it gets kind of crazy for me. Don't go for the low-hanging fruit, as always, but don't go too deep that you change the intended representations or the intended lore. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always say, I would always ask, how deep? How deep? I don't, but if you have an idea, let me know. I'm always willing. I'm always willing to hear somebody's ideas, even if I don't agree with them. It's probably the best part of the game, but best part of the community. Outside of the game is the lore crafting, everybody's interpretations, because one day somebody might write an actually really good psychology book about people's interpretations of what they bring to the Elden Ring lore, and if they do like a psychological study about it, you could like probably figure out what kind of person is, if they're like one of those ENFJs or something like that, what type of traumas they're applying, what kind of bias they're bringing. I think it would be a fascinating study if they would do it one day. But, you know, they're like, the really educated people are probably, it's a video game, nobody cares. But we do care, though. Anyways, I'm rambling. Here we go. Oh, another thing I like to bring when it comes to Mesmer is a good old-fashioned Halo scythe, man. This, if it wasn't for the broadsword and the Halo scythe, I would never have beaten the game my very first try. Psyops mass scale, yes, it really is, dude. Imagine if they record data, right? Like who's beating what type of endings. You know, it's kind of like those, because you know you have different choices, so it's kind of like a personality map every choice. And I would say that if you were going to make a personality map based on your choices, it would be your first playthrough, because afterwards, you know, after your first playthrough, you're trying to do everything, get everything right. So the most closest representation of the person that you are is that first playthrough. I think that would be a fascinating case study. Oh, did I bring the goon squad? Yes. Oh wait, there's no cutscene. Goon squad. Did it get him? Did it get him? It did. Alright. Ouch. I'm gonna go like this. By the rock. Look at that, man. That damage on the Halo scythe is just incredible. You just can't beat it. Alright, so we're gonna have to heal the goon squad. Survive. Come on, Scarlet Rot. Come on, Scarlet Rot. Get him. Ah. Okay, Scarlet Rot students work. And I'm gonna watch this cutscene because I just love the cutscene. It's amazing. And I don't think I've ever skipped it.
I will not suffer. Our Lord, devoid of light.
How tragic. So, the voice acting's so good. You can hear his voice waver, right?
No, Mother. Forgive me.
Like at this point, he's not sure if he's doing the right thing. But he's like, his pride is compelling him to, I can't lose. I can't. I can't not fulfill my purpose at any cost. Oh, look, there's a spiral pattern on that eyeball. Eyeball it. That's pretty punny, man. I like it. I'm gonna drink some coffee for that one.
Soon tarnished.
And he's got snakeskin now? Man, maybe.
Wilt thou be taken in the jaws?
Are those pythons? Or boa constrictors?
Of the abyssal serpent.
I wish somebody would look into that eye.
Of light.
Everybody with the camera mods needs to look into that eyeball. Oh no, one of the goons. Alright, here we go. Oh, wrong one. Goon squad down.
Oh, lightless creature, embrace thine oblivion as
Bonfire looked in there? Oh, I'll have to double check. I may have missed it. right, let's see. Hey, you pharaohs, how you doing? We're over here trying. Oh wait. Oh wait, I can't help people if I'm in a boss fight, right? All right, let's try one more time, and then we'll do something else and go help the people. All right, make sure I got the goon squad. We'll give them fire protection. Nice. Turn out pretty good. This turned out not so good. Oh, never mind.
Grace of God shall all be dead in the embrace of Mesmer's flame.
Hey, what do you think about the bat wings on the snakes? On Mesmer snakes, they're an interesting design. I've never thought too much into it. You know what I mean? Punish Mel. Hey, Mel Gibson. I never thought about it really. I wouldn't know what to think of it really. I'm not sure. What do you think? Okay, Mel Gibson. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. This, YouTubers, YouTube people. Let's see. Let's see what can we do? Boom. You know what, Jackal? Here you go. There you go. To the magma worms? To the magma worms, that would mean that you would. Does that mean you would draw a connection to the grace of God? I'm trying to think at the same time. Does that mean that you draw a connection to the snakes or scaleless dragons or wingless dragons from Dark Souls or something like that? Are you leaning in that direction when you think that they're magma worms or similar? Interesting. I've never considered it. But okay. The only thing I would question is how much influence or how much crossover is there between Dark Souls and Elden Ring, especially in. Well, we know there's a lot of crossover. No, we're not too much, but bosses and stuff. But I wouldn't know about. I would question. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say. I would question the validity of. No, what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? I don't know. I would question how much crossover there really is. You know, if it's just something intentionally crossover or just because they thought it looked cool, right? And it just was something similar. And I think that's one, because me too. When I first started this game, I didn't play it for the first year that it came out, even though I had bought it day one, because it felt too much like Dark Souls 3. But then after playing it, it's not very Dark Soulsy. It's a lot easier, I think. Or and the lore is easier to comprehend. There's that tournament arc where the nameless king got named. Oh yeah, Grin, or something like that. Grin. Tell me something crazy. I'm always listening, man. What's cholesterol? Why did I end up starting playing Elden Ring? Why did I end up playing Elden Ring? Because I was disillusioned with Final Fantasy 14. And I'm glad you were there with me, Celestial. You know, we made that journey together. That was an awesome journey. Because I think because I was getting ready to quit Final Fantasy 14 or something like that, if I remember. It's been 2,600 hours or more at this point. But if you remember something that I don't remember, you let me know. You know why Belle's heart keeps beating? Because a snake never dies. Well, that is a partially true statement. I would agree with the snakes never die. Bale being a snake, I mean, there could be some connection there. I don't have anything to refute that or push against that. So, yeah, I mean it makes sense. How do I feel about Monster Hunter Wilds? Okay, so Monster Hunter Wilds was a large promise, but in my opinion, it kind of failed. It was a fun game for a while, and I did play it. Matter of fact, I played it on vacation when I went up to Canada, and it was fun, but there was no. It didn't have a. It was missing something. Like, I don't want to say it was missing a spirit or an identity, but it was just like boss this, boss that. Are you doing this, boss? There was like no real exploration, no mystery, nothing to entice the mind. You know, it was just like, oh, let's grind to get gear or better looking gear, and that's it. And the story was pretty mid. Well, let me take that back. I didn't mean to say mid. Now I sound like my kids. The story was pretty basic. Let's see. You had and you would tell me about the Dark Souls lore. I mentioned that I had gotten it. Oh yeah, you're right. We did try to play Dark Souls 3, but it was like a real pain in the arse. I had Worlds also, and I don't know what I went in expecting, because Worlds was my first Monster Hunter game, and I didn't like it either. It was like, I was expecting something like open world, not just a series of corridors linked together. And yeah, it was just a pretty, it gave you the impression of an open world game, but it was just one corridor connected to another tunnel, connected to another corridor. You know, it was kind of, it would be like if they did this, if they removed the walls and added like scenery, but you couldn't go over there. Jackal, it's a game. Yeah, it's definitely a gameplay thing, and it's definitely not for me. Even though I do have it, and I did beat it, but it's definitely up with like. And the whole co-op system. You know, the Elden Ring co-op system is a hard thing to figure out. Once you figure it out, But Monster Hunter Wilds co-op system was so convoluted, in my opinion. It was just like, oh, how can we take Dark Souls, Elden Ring co-op sessions and then make it harder to put it together? And then they did that. I was like, wow, okay. I had Monster Hunter Rise also, but I got it afterwards. Hey Nas, how you doing? Yes, you're right, Mind. You're right. I think if you're gonna do a co-op game or have games that have a co-op system, it should be an instant drop in, drop out. Kind of like the best co-op game, in my opinion, nowadays, right now, that I've played is Helldivers. You see your friend, you can join them. You see your friend, you can send them an invite. They just come. You just back and forth, drop in, drop out. They can leave. You can kick them whenever. You know, it should be that easy across the board. And I think for the video game industry, there should be a standard. We should have a standard throughout all the video games, controller standards, third person standard for running and sprinting. Because, you know, some games the sprint is the joystick. Some games it's the B button or the X button, or, you know, there needs to be a standard for basic functions. Co-op needs to be a standard for sprinting, needs to be a standard for crouching, and it needs to be across the board. And I think the community, gamers, all in general, should one day make like a standard company that says these are the standards. You can make any games you want, but please follow these standards when it comes to controls and co-op and stuff like that. Because I'm getting old, and so we're trying to remember what controls are doing with this with my muscle memory in my hands. It's just, I mean, at 43, it's getting a little difficult. Monster Hunter hasn't changed much since PS2. Man, I never had a PS2. When the PS2 came out, I bought an Xbox, played Halo. Hey, Cayman, how you doing, man? Did I get them both? Oh, no. Let's see. Is he rolling through my attacks? Oh, wrong one. Oh, still got him. No? He's rolling through my spells. Okay. Wow. You bum. Oh, I have a sword for a reason, right? Oh, he's gonna kill me. Wow. Okay, this is embarrassing. Get over here. Oh no. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna use all my potions to stay alive. Really? Okay, that didn't work. Alright, we're gonna kill ourselves. Alright. Okay, Halo Sight. I don't know why. he was Limp Bizkit. Keeps rolling. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. If I could turn back time, if I could turn back time so nobody would see that embarrassment, I would. I need some more coffee. That that guy was just that guy's just mean. He was probably next to be Elden Lord. Take my rage. Oh, never mind. All right, it's one of those nights where I'm not any good. All right, you know what? Let's go help. Let me put my sign out. We'll see if I do better helping other people. God, I'm gonna ruin somebody's run on accident. Feel it. That's exactly. Oh my goodness. See, I wonder who these. I'm gonna have to mod this game one day. Besides seamless co-op, have to get that camera thing. All right. Here's a question for everybody that's here. Do you think Devonia was here when this land got cast into shadow, or do you think she found her way here through another means? Puts guns in? No. I am. I'm a purist. I really don't like modding, and the only reason I did seamless co-op was because it was really cool. It's a really cool thing that they should have done. Jacko, you think she was here before the got cast? Yeah. I mean, what is she just doing there? You know, one thing that's gonna always, that I don't know if this bothers anybody else, but you know, like what's his name? The Executor in Night Rain. His special move from the Crucible turns into that big old dog thing. One thing that bothers me about that is that having something that large and that powerful doesn't seem to be anything comparable to it in the base game. Now we have Devonia here, right? And she turns into like a centaur, kind of like Fulgore. But I mean, if they keep expanding the game horizontally like they're doing with Night Rain. Oh goodness. Almost. Oh my God. When does the game become too fantastical, too ridiculous that it can't be taken as serious anymore? She's a cutie. I bet you she is. Is she related to somebody? Devonia? Oh man. I never thought about it. I wouldn't think she was related to anybody. I mean, that's a pretty significant lore thing. If she was, you think they would hint to it. Kind of like Nefeli Lu. Contemplating mortality or immortality. I wonder if she's a zombie underneath. Kind of like the Wandering Nobles. But she hasn't gone hollow because she has a purpose. Alone. One thing that her helmet reminds me of is like, I don't know, like a giant bow on top of her head. Does anybody see that? I saw that before I knew it was a female. I was like, man, why you got a giant bow on your head? So it reminds me of like, like when my daughters were young, I would put like bows on their heads. On the good ship. Let's go. Oh, all right. Let's see what we can do. Halo sights for the win. Ooh. No, that thing is so slow. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh. 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 Should we kill her? Should I kill her? Everybody spam a 1 if you think I should kill her, or 2 for no. Let's do one of those votes, like the emperor. Like the thumbs up, thumbs down,
Let him die.
Oh, Nasa's cruel. Oh my God, Jackal, you too? Kill her? Oh my goodness. Keeping watch for Romina? Oh, that's a good question. Let me see. Let me think about it real quick. Oh, keeping watch for Romina, or is she thinking of killing her? I think that is a good question. I always assumed give her a warrior's death. I did, I think, maybe. I always assumed that she was looking at the tower. That if she went looking for the crucible and it led her here, then perhaps the crucible, if you believe like I did, and that the crucible was like a current, then the crucible may have been over there and they built a tower around it. And that's what the gates of divinity are. A normalized or a repurposed crucible current. Like that spell, Spyra. Because if she's looking for it and she's here, I mean, there's something significant about her being here, right? She's discovered something that we've yet to realize. And we may never, because she don't want to talk. This spell. Oh, this spell takes 2. Right here, the spiral is a normalized crucible current that one day will form a column that stretches to the god. So if the crucible was over there, oh, you know what? Maybe that is the original sin is the crucible. I don't know. Now I'm just thinking crazy. But yeah. If that's what crucible currents look like normalized, and then I definitely think that what we see at the end of dungeons and stuff are the unnormalized, uncontrolled crucible. And that's why like that spear, what's her name? Spear looks so wild. Let me go look at that spear so I know what I'm talking about. Where is that spear? Here it is. So Siluria's spear, right? And the primordial form of the Erd tree is close in nature to life itself. The spear is modeled on its crucible. It's imbued with ancient holy essence. So if this is the wild version of what we see, and this spell here is is it controlled and normalized? The storm is uncontrolled twisting. The divine tower is Tower of Babel. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't go that far, but there is a slight parallel, maybe. Hey, boss, how you doing, man? The storm is uncontrollable twisting, controlled twisting. My knowledge or knowledge of the lore of the storm is pretty weak, along with sorceries. So I'll have to take your word for it, Kevin. Boss, I would agree with you that everything flows in spirals. Yes. Yes. And I believe, you know what, I'm next week. I'm gonna have to write this down. Next week's question of the week. I just decided I'm gonna ask what the okay I know okay. What is the flaw of the golden order? But it's not. That's not this week's question. Next week's question of the week. Oh. It sure is a spiral. It sure is a spiral, cholesterol. Cholesterol. Oh, well, thank you for agreeing. I appreciate it. Look, there's the moon in the east. Dangerous. Hold on, let me go reset this real quick. I wanna ask y'all a question. All right, everybody, I want everybody to think really put on your thinking caps for this one. Get rid of the fog. Oh no, we can see it here. Is the darkness that we see in this the same darkness that we see dripping off the earth tree? Boss, I agree with you. I was just saying your name, Cholesterol. Cholesterol. An older darkness reminds you of the stuff inside the towers. Yes, I believe that what's inside the towers is the exact same thing as this. Hold on, let me see. Oh, you know what? I do have this one. Shadow View. What do we know about the sword? The sword, let me look at the item description again for everybody. Wandering coils of darkness, so maybe snakes, right? The dark blade, we know it deals holy damage and reduces holy negation. That's all we have, and it's old. The Sword of Light is better. I have the Sword of Light. What? I think the Sword of Darkness is slightly better because of the debuff. Now, if I just look at damage comparisons, they do the exact same. 1280, 1289, and I have 81 faith. So the Sword of Light does cast faster. The this one staggers also. Shadow Tree Flesh. But it looks evil. Well, that is a cultural thing for in Japanese games, that Western ideas of good angels and light are technically always like portrayed as evil or some type of thing in Japanese games. So I'm used to it now. You win. All right. Laser beams. Laser beams are good. Hey, James. Let's see. Where was I? The only advantage the Sword of Light has is it's faster and it's cast. Oh, I gotta get a screenshot of that. Wait, let's turn sideways. Like I'm looking that way, but we'll do it this way. No. Screenshot. Okay. And this is another amazing thing about the game. It's just amazing. Unlike Monster Hunter Wilds, if you see it, you can go there. That's Callistra's heard me say that so many times. It's just amazing. A technological marvel. All right, let's continue forward. Oh, not that way though. But hopefully in Night Rain they'll expand on this darkness doing holy damage. That's so curious to me. After all, I forgot that I wasn't born with wings. What? Oh, do you die from the stop? Night Rain moment. Well, night deals magic. Night deals magic. What do you mean? I'm not. What do you mean, Caitlin? Can you make that a little bit clearer, please? I'm not understanding. Oh, there's another sword. Callisto, you're right. It is the sudden stop. Oh yeah, Fire and Night. That's what it's called. I have that sword, but I think I have it put away because like, I don't have. My guy's not that smart to use it. That's why he's the Inquisitor. He's got to ask questions to get his intelligence up. There it is. Sword of Night and Flame. Astrologers who preceded the sorcerers established themselves in the mountaintops that nearly touched the sky and considered the fire giants their neighbors. Oh, man. Oh, Moonveil? Anything intelligence I can't use. Or that requires a lot of strength also. I'm a Dex Faith build. Or a Faith Dex build. You know what? I may not have Moonveil. Or yes I do, it's right here. Are you talking about this one? Really? James, I'll have to give it to one of my other characters and see what's up. See if about that buff. Sword of Night, Cries. And a sword? Oh, Veronica's got that sword. I don't think that has a buff on it. It's got a pretty cool Ash of War. Wielded by Jolan. Yeah. Yeah, it's the Sword of Night. Let's see. Let me go. Let me jump on Veronica. No, it's Lady Abeto. She's the one that got it. I gave it to her. Oh, wait. No. She's got it. I know she does. There it is. Sort of all-consuming, bottomless black that devours even the light that shines upon it. Wielded by Jolan, Sword Hand of Night. The blade of the sword is only semi-corporeal and thus cannot be guarded against completely. Hold the sword level and infuse it with the dark of night before unleashing a series of incorporeal attacks. This attack cannot be blocked, can be charged to increase power. Oh, you can't see this. Hold on. Oh, it's like the black saber, black lightsaber. Yeah, the sword. I think it's 60 seconds, but I don't think this does holy damage. No, it's just a straight dex. No holy damage on the Sword of Night. Oh, okay, Cayman. Okay, I see what you mean. Yes, that is correct, and that's why the Sword of Darkness is so intriguing. Veronica, go do work. Let's go see what Veronica can do. Where is she? Man, she's still alive. The Sword of Darkness, it has a debuff on targets. So the Sword of Darkness puts a debuff that decreases holy negation on a target for like, I think 60 seconds also, maybe 30 seconds. All right. Let's see. Oh wait. Oh man. All right. So I haven't played with or Lady Albedo very much. Yeah, that's sorcerism. I like incantations, but I like to expand. I don't know what these do, but ouch. Okay. All right. Hell yeah, animation saving me. Albedo's dangerous, just like in the anime. Charge it. That's got to be the same time. Same night. Wait, could there be a connection from? Oh, my goodness. Where's the heal? Because if the hold on, could there be a connection between the Sword of Night and the Darkness with Night Rain? If the Night Rain, if the events of Night Rain happened before in the past, could this sword be like a previous Night Lord's, or the learning how to make it? Hold on, I'm trying to do a bunch of things. Hold on, I'm probably not making sense. Oh. Okay, we're gonna do that. Oh, do I have crystal darts? Not on me. These other characters, I just give them stuff. I don't unlock too much stuff. Kill 'em. All right. Oh, I have magic, man. Should the magic work against me? There we go. But Hailster has a moonlight greatsword. Well, isn't it in the? No, I'm not talking about the current version of Night Rain, right? I've seen a few lore videos, and from what I understand in the lore videos of Night Rain, that this isn't the first time that the night has existed. That it's existed in previous eras. That they've stopped it. That's why there's like other night fares entombed underneath the Round Table Hold and stuff. The original night fares. So, what if there is a connection between this sword and one of the previous Night Lords or something? And I don't know enough of the Night Rain connections yet. I'm still watching all the lore videos that come out. What if the Night Lords are what happens when a Earthtree process is disrupted permanently? So who would the Night Lord from the lands between be? If I don't see how that works. If that was true, I don't think that's true because like the other night. Well, I'm not. I'm thinking about the regular Night Lords, like the dragon. I don't remember the name. The bugs. that would mean there would be an Erd tree for each one of them or something like that, right? But if we look at their remembrances, they come from different lands and stuff like that. Or yeah, I'm not sure. It's a good question. I'm sure somebody with more Night Rain knowledge than me could probably answer that better. Right, of Jolan and Anna, but what is it though? How did they come up with it? That's what I'm trying to make a connection in my mind also about the sword, like because it's like the two finger blade. It's blade given to tarnish by the two fingers that can't be blocked, right? And it's made from the writing of the two fingers. So if the two fingers are making that, then is there a way we could reason out that somehow these Night Sisters are making these swords somehow? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's all. I do see that Yolan and Anna's darkness is being the okay, sorry, I can't read. Of light. Oh, being deprived of light, right? And the sword of darkness is a proper second effect of the divine element. Yeah. I can see that, boss. I can see that. That they're... Oh, you know what? That does make sense, because look. That makes sense because... Oh, let me go get on the other character. Hold on. That makes sense. Right. And we see that... We see darkness in other holy spells. Or other golden sacred spells, right? Hold on. The clan may be making them. Well, yeah. Like. Let's see. Spells that have gold and darkness. Well, we have the Eclipse Shotel that has gold and darkness. Or sacred and dark, right? Where is that? I have too many weapons. There it is. Nope. Oh wow, the Shotel is definitely upgraded. Oh, there we go. It's got black. It's got darkness and the gold sacred fire, and we also see the omen. The omen also casts spells that are gold with darkness laced, and we also have that one. What is it? Where is it? This Briar. The omen Briar, right? Yeah. Darkness and holy. Now, does that say that it does holy damage? Oh. Please don't hate me or curse me, please. Some omen babies that have their horns excised first. Deathblight, but is this Deathblight then? I would say that Deathblight is a... Because if the Omen are able to do this, right? The Omens that we see in the sewers, and that's got to be something touched with the Crucible. If they're Crucible touched, right? So the Crucible must be able to do darkness and gold. Or am I missing something? Spirits, right? Okay, yeah, they're cursed. How could we test it to see if it does holy damage? Well, souls, right? But souls have to do with faith, don't they? With sacred things. Okay, these are wraiths, right? What's the spirit calling bell? Prowling wraiths. Vengeful spirits. It's wraith also. Man, is that thing it's gonna hit him? The omen flame and the royal revenants do as well. I see as a cursed flame. Okay, and they gave them nightmares and shit. Yes, I agree with that. That's true. James, Gira, and the Hollows of Londor, Dark Souls 3. Yeah. Okay, came in. It's all about a little bit. Well, right. Okay, but so is there a connection between that and the Sword of Darkness? That's what I'm wondering. Is it possible between these two things, between this vengeful spirits, the holy and black darkness, be connected not to that, but to the Sword of Darkness? Boss says no. Factual Life says it deals holy damage. What deals holy damage? The briar. Let me get rid of these. Jackal says Radagon seems to embody both light and dark, but more distinguishing. I think Radagon would represent more like the. I don't know. Well, that's pretty basic. Jackal, if you could expand on that for me, please. No, so I'm not trying to come up with a story. I'm trying to, come up with something that is feasible and can be defended against if I decided, to like say, hey, I believe in this. Oh, really? Okay, it deals holy damage. Okay, thank you, Cayman. All right. Me trying to show out and I failed. All right, so this and this have a connection only because of the black, maybe. It's not a hill that I want to die on yet. But the darkness that we see in the gold could be a connection. Cayman, that's possible. Oh wait, somebody here? Dry leave. All right, let's get the Goon Squad. Goon Squad. Black, it's often associated with death in Elden Ring. Nostal. Can you give me an example, please? Well, in Dark Souls, holy and darkness are total opposites, and in Elden they are closer than ever. Okay, yeah, true, boss on that one. Jackal. Okay, let's see what Jackal has. He's expanding on his thought there. Rodigon has the shadow body laced with it. Golden rune and even properties. Primitives. Oh, I see what you mean now. Okay, that is a good observation, Jackal. Fia. Oh, Fia, that's your Black Flame. The Rune of Death. Well, wouldn't it be red instead when it comes to the Rune of Death? Black Flame, we know was the original color was not black because the gold was taken from it, or the Rune of Death was taken from it. So the power became not black, or became black because the power was taken away. So the original color must have been something else. And Fia, well, good point. I don't have anything to say against Fia. James, let's see. I think that the dark and holy two sides of the same coin, and there's Godwin, gold, and dark eclipse flame. James, I think you're right, and I think there is a connection. I think they just might be the same thing. Maybe. To the Omen and Revenants, not to mention the connection of the Misbegotten. The Misbegotten? I don't... You're blowing my mind right now, Jackal. Red and black. Okay, I see. Now, so, okay, I see what you mean now. Good. But the black could... Okay, I see what you're saying. All right, that's possible. Oh, the color... Oh, boss? Okay, thank you, yes. Came in, let's see. Well, I think the gold and the black make brown, so it's probably all about dung eater. Cayman, are you a stand-up comedian in real life? That's pretty funny, man. Probably Rob Snyder. Let's see. Jackal. Radagon has a lot of connections to the Misbegotten. He does. But I don't see what the connection to... I don't ever see them use black magic. The Age of Dustborn feels ending, so the transition to night. Huh. Okay, Nas, I see what you're doing. Dung flame. Dung flame. All right. Okay, with Dung flame, we're gonna go fight the most underrated, underused boss in the game. I'm glad you tried, Cameron. All right, let's see. Got the Goon Squad. Oh, I don't have any weapons I want to use. Dang. Let's power them up. All right, we're just gonna use... Oh, you know what? We're gonna use a spiral. Ouch. We're gonna use a sword. Debuffer. Ouch. Are we gonna survive? We may survive. Come on, Goon Squad. All right, that did pretty good damage. We can just keep it going. If it hits, the tracking on this spell is horrible. And so is the range, by the way. Throw a pizza at me. Oh, we gotta get out. When the pizza hits your... Oh. Come on, hit her. Alright, now we roll forward. Oh, no. Ouch. Drink this. We'll heal the goon squad because they're dying. Oh man, that's called thinking. Oh, she's taking me everywhere. It's one of those parties. Live a little bit longer. Where is she? Where is she? I can't believe somebody as important as she is didn't get a cutscene. Not even a bridge cutscene. Walking out of the shadow. Wow, I'm missing her a lot. We're gonna hit her with that. Maybe that'll... No? One guy left. Burn her down. Oh, okay. I got Scarlet Run. We're just gonna go for it. We're gonna charge her. No. Ah. Oh, she's gonna get me. No, dang it. She might get me. Oh, she got me. What was I doing? Oh goodness. Oh man. The goon squad lasted longer than I did. Dang. All right, let me get a real weapon. A real weapon. This is the best weapon in the game if you're a faith build. Reported. Goon squad. Oh, you know what? You know what works really good with the goon squad? We're gonna use. If you ever use a goon squad, buff them with the golden epitaph, and watch the magic go. It's amazing. Nope, too far. Nope. Got him. Alright, now we gotta debuffer. Alright. And now we kill it. Oh, we gotta use this. Use that. We'll use this. One more time. And then this. Okay. Look at that damage. This is why it's the best weapon in the game. I'm trying to sprint. I'm crouching. Look at the goon squad doing all that work, man. Yeah. Oh, Halo Scythe, Goon Squad. Golly, man, they need a nerf to Goon Squad. For real. They shouldn't be that good in New Game 3. The Halo Scythe shouldn't be that good either. All right, let's discuss this for a second. What are your opinions of this entire arena, all of this of Romania and stuff? What is this? This doesn't look like a church. So the church was burned down, or was the church in what's the name of that city? Belarus, right? I don't. It's so. What do y'all think? Because I honestly, I don't know what to make of it. The idea that, because the entire vanilla base game, you're led to believe that Melania was the source of the rot, right? Unless you look at the mushroom armor, but then we get this, right? And it reveals that she is her version of the rot different. Did she just make this scarlet, excuse me, this pink rot, hot pink rot? And is it a parallel to the scarlet rot? All right, let me see what y'all got to say. James, I think you're right on your demigod thing. Right? It's definitely not tore up. That's for sure. I think she was a normal priestess. Rot and not rot was a good and normal thing. A priestess of rot. But doesn't it say that she twisted the bud into rot? Oh. Or reuse building, Jackal. That's a good idea. It looks like it is because it looks very Belarus. Okay. I just made a connection in my mind. What if the formless mutter, the blood god, that Moog and everybody, and the scarlet rot are one and the same? Because we see that if anybody's watched any videos, if you're not playing Night Rain, I'm sure you've seen videos of what the new Everdark of the Angel Ladies, I forget what it's called. They do blood damage, right? But it's also red. Looks like a plant life. Could that be a connection? Or am I drawing at straws here? Because I also thought earlier when I saw that maybe the crucible was a bloody crucible, right? What if the crucible was like this really bloody, grotesque thing, and what we see, the harmonias or whatever they do, are like mimicking what the crucible actually looked like? It was some bloody monstrosity, and maybe that's why it was shunned eventually. And that would explain why, like, the crucible armor's red, primordial, gold or whatever. But I don't know. I really have to think about it. Rod's the outer god that they tapped into. That is true. I mean, Melania is blessed by it, or an avatar of it. Okay, let's see. Boss says Melania's rocks comes from the outer god, and the great cloistered have a sealed god of rot too. Okay, yeah. I think all the gods are the same. Cayman, I am starting to believe that. I am starting to believe that there's one God, but everybody's just believing in different aspects of that one God. So a multifaceted God like a diamond. And so, but everybody just wants to believe in one facet of it. The outer guard heirloom. Let's see. Is that this right here? Engraved with the lore of an outer god raises a cane. The clan who lost everything in the great fires peered upon the corpse of their ancestors, normally an act of sanctity, and saw its shadow, a twisted deity. The clan that suffered much torment and horrible things was taken as an object of worship. Okay. You know what? The circles at the divine towers. What circles? They see what they want to see. Yes. Okay. Cayman, you're gonna make me. You're gonna make me get 100% behind seeing that it's all just one God. And I was already leaning that way. I don't know if are you in the Discord? Because the other day I posted that I thought that the greater will and the formless mother might be the same God, simply because of the casting animation and that the spell for like anything that's golden is the pizza. And Moog, when he calls upon the formless mother, he calls the pizza, but instead of throwing the spiral or the pizza, he just pulls down and opens up the blood or whatever. Oh, you're canon? Oh, what's... Oh, okay, dang. Okay, now I'll try to remember that. Boss. Oh, man, you're right. And you know where else we see that? We see that in the fire giant's eye monster god, fell god in its eye, right? Then why Nos, that's a great question. The same, and the reason I have an answer for that, but you may not like it. There's so many conflicts, but everybody believes that their version of the God is the real God, just like in real life, just like the Abrahamic religions. Yes, that's my answer. That's the best one I can give you, sir. James, the Shadowlands are from a different era and the Elden Ring configuration. Maybe the shape of the Elden Ring affects the outer god are expressed through the demigods. Perhaps. I mean, I never thought about that, but I mean, that's definitely something to contemplate. People in the lands between worshiping a whole galaxy. I mean, maybe. Wait, is that a mountain? No, it's a cloud. I thought I was about to see something lore breaking. Because if you go like this, it's like, oh, mountains, but it's not. Shibiri was right. In the one great. If it's just one great, right? Boss Saucer. He says that it means that the fell god manifests with the true sigil of the gods. You mean the true sigil of the god? One circle, 8 around it. Yeah. See, the thing is that we're led to. Oh my goodness, we're led to believe that this is a multiple god realm, but really it's just a monotheist video game. Look right here. Here we go. Nostril. Nostril. You're right. If you look at it that way, because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if she was talking about multiple. I wasn't sure when the fracture occurred that multiple gods came out of it or just life came out of it, like the souls of life. But if you think that there was one god and it fractured, it must have, because it must have already been fractured, because if she says that the one great but the greater will made a mistake, so that means it was already two things, a parallel or an aspect of itself that broke away from the one great. If you can, if not, so if you could somehow reconcile those two with the one great and the greater will statement in the same statement, I'll back you up. It could be equally possible that one deity became many due to a rupture. Jackal, yes, yes. Saucer, maybe that's why the oldest tombstones have one circle with their souls born. Boss, that is a good observation. Yeah, and you could be right. You could be right on that one. The frenzy flame ending sees life and the fracturing as a mistake. Nostel says. That's a true statement. But I don't see how that, unless you're replying to somebody else, sorry. James, let's see. The different aspects of the outer seems to be too different, and I have a hard time thinking of them as a single deity. Okay, James, let me. It's a little complex, I suppose. If you're thinking that each deity is like the Roman or Greek pantheon, where one deity controlled one thing, and one thing, you know. But if you, I don't know if you, how far you, if you know, like in, I think it was like in Islam, right? They have that the God there has like 100 different things or aspects of it, and it's kind of like the same thing in Christianity. The God in Christianity has, like the Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ, God, and the Trinity and stuff like that. But you also have like the seven spirits of God that also do things like that. I think that's more Judaism, but it's all like these one God that can encompass everything and represents every aspect of life, kind of like that. I don't know. I'm not sure if that helps. All right, Saucer says maybe the one great was a concept of unification of the universe, but I don't think the other gods are the same cloth. Okay, all right. It seems like boss is falling off the bandwagon, which is okay. The frenzy ending, you revert the last step that caused life and melt the fractured pieces back together. Nos, I think the ending of the frenzy flame doesn't represent that, but I understand what direction you're looking at, right? But in my opinion, the ending turns out to be a lie, and we can discuss that later if you want. All right, Cayman says, in my opinion, it's just an idea. It's like everyone is seeking meaning and defining a God to give them purpose, and the power is the same regardless of what you use. But if you believe in science and insight, you become a sorcerer. If you believe in growth, you become a child of the bud. If you believe in mage, I don't know what that word is. A dragon? Sure. I see what you mean. Let's see, James. It could be that the greater will is an analog. Y'all using some big words, y'all, man. Like I said, I only went to high school and barely graduated. Let's see, to Yahweh, but but from a time that the Abrahamic religions was competing with other contemporary religions. Okay, so yeah, so like in, if I understand what you're saying, yes, at the time when Judaism or the Israelites were coming up, right? There was other religions that they were competing with, and if we look at the text critically of the Torah and everything like that, it in the if we look at the text critically and we look at like the apocryphal writings, Israelites did have a pantheon at first, and then Elohim became Yahweh, or yeah, and and stuff like that. So there was an evolution of to becoming just a monotheistic religion, and I think that's what you're trying to say. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, now so not to change subjects too much, but the reason I see it as a lie, right, is that we see that frenzy flame kills all spirits and stuff and burns the world. Everything can be burned back to the world, right? But one thing that I think the community fails to see is when it when the frenzy flame is referred to as the flame of chaos, right? So the flame of chaos, I mean, isn't really going to tell you the truth. It just wants to destroy things. It wants to destroy the Ur Tree, because the Ur Tree and the Golden Order, they represent order, right? And so if it just wants to destroy things for the sake of destroying, not putting things back together, we see at the end that the tree is destroyed, right? And the world, the sky is on fire over the lands between. There's stuff on fire, but we also see Melina alive at the end, right? So that tells me that it was a lie to say that, to burn everything back to one and that everything would die. It just wanted to destroy for the sake of destroying the lands between, because it was like this shining tower of light. It attracted darkness. The Ur Tree did, right? Or it attracted evil. I'll say that, because Melina's still alive, and she's a spirit, and there's no reason for her to be alive if the frenzy flame killed everything. But it's the flame of chaos, right? So it has no real direction. It's just blah, So when Shabiri, lies to us about certain things, that would be it. He's known to just be, conniving, I guess is the word. Well, Yahweh doesn't get, technically he doesn't get beaten. His army that he blesses the Israelites gets beaten by another god in the Bible, by the way. The best lies have truth in it, yes, but they're still lies. I think only an aspect of death survives as Melina. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that see, because if you just like make Melina this Mary Sue character, it really just takes away from her, like in my opinion, especially like making her the Glowmite Queen and stuff. If she has the beast eye, right now, and if we have the Elden Ring and we're holding it, or we've just holding on to whatever it is that we have left, right? That means we also have the Ring of Death and all of that, and I think the beast eye, she would be able to track us down and kill the Lord of Frensley as he goes on his destructive wave or whatever he does. Well, the you can interpret it that way, but you could also interpret it other ways. I mean, I'm not going to get into a biblical discussion here, but yeah, you can interpret it that way. I'm talking to you, Nos, by the way. And you know, and that I don't want to get into it. But, yeah, but it is a fascinating piece of history that they decided to leave into the text. Okay, let's see. Boss says, if we believe that the one grape became 8 portions, who are they? Who are they? All right, let's see. Let's count them up. The formless mother here. The greater will. Let's see. What other gods are there? The rock god. Let's see, who would be this one? The god that fled. Just every god, really. Mesmer is the glow-eyed queen. Are you serious? Are you serious? You'd have to explain yourself. If you're serious. Or you could be just joking around. I can't tell sometimes. It's just text, y'all. I have to look that up. I can't remember. I don't remember what that means. Sorry. Does that mean like when you don't use a limb, it gets all weak and withered? James, that entropathy. Dang, sorry. Let's see. She takes up the mantle of the Glow-eyed Queen. Hey, Spiral. Hey, I'd have to disagree with you, sir, about about Melina taking up the mantle of the Glow-eyed Queen. Nas, saying our perception of God has greatly changed. Exactly, sir. I agree with you 100%. 100%. Boss, fire, rot, death, greater will, frenzy, water, serpent, blood. The abyssal serpent. I would agree with all of it except for the serpent. I would question that one. And if you mean the abyssal serpent, then okay. Came in. Let's see. Hear me out. Okay, let's see. He says, "Hear me out. Mesmer is the Glow-eyed Queen. His next thing says the Great Runes. I'm not sure. He's 50% serious. The idea that Melina is a Glow-eyed Queen and Melina is Mesmer, other stuff. Come on. Are you being facetious, but 50% serious? I mean, I don't see it. I don't think there's ever been a real case of two actual people being one person. Because I do believe that Radagon was pretending to be Marika, but he was always Radagon. And that Marika was always Marika, but there were two separate bodies, but Radagon could switch forms. Like I said, it's text, so I can't. I have to. Forgive me. The abyssal one. Hey, Sop Roof. Hey, welcome. Let's see. He says, hey, Slope Roof. Welcome back. Yeah, I remember. All right. He says, my theory is Mizaki forgot about and didn't have enough time to explore the gems. Crazy theory. I know. That is he forgot about and didn't have time to explore the Glow-eyed Queen. He says, I think I would definitely push back against that one. Oh, look, the sun, because there is the sun. There's the sun. There's the sun in the Shadowlands. Let's take a picture of that just in case anybody ever asks. Okay, I would push back against that because I believe the Glowmark Queen is a parallel to Velka from Dark Souls. Not Velka herself, but like Velka, we'll never know her, but we can see her influence in places. Jackal, you're right. Pharaoh's D. Spiral, Mikla, and Trina. Okay, so when it comes to Mikla and Trina, Spiral, we never see them change, and we don't ever hear anybody say that they transform or are the same person. We hear that Mikla is, or we hear that Trina is sometimes a boy or girl in item descriptions, but we also know that Mikla is a femboy. So take it as you will, I guess. To me, that doesn't suggest that they have the power to transform. And when he says, I think Ansbach says that he discarded something that he shouldn't have, meaning Trina, right? He just broke up with her, in my opinion. He threw her down a pit because he's ruthless in his ambitions. I don't think he actually tore her off of him. He just like, she's traveling with him. She may even be, and I'm not sure if I'll even agree with this, but she may even be like Saras to Godfrey. You know, like a spirit or something attached to him, and he ripped her off like Godfrey does to Saras, but being the exact same person and flipping between them like we see Radagon do, I don't agree with that yet. James, you're using big old words, man. What is hold on, let me look up these words he's using, y'all. Give me a second. I gotta see what these words mean. He's like pulling out the college dictionary on me, bro. The wasting of shrinking of body tissue. Okay. And with entropy. All right, so I had that backwards, right? Okay. A thermodynamic. It's a thermodynamic quantity representing the unavailability of a system thermal energy or conversion. A lack of order or perceptibility, gradual decline into disorder. Okay, now I can, now, okay. I'll see if I can remember those things. Thank you for teaching me new words. Anyways. Offsuit situation. Oh man. Let's. I would suggest Spiral about the offshoot idea. I see a lot of people lean into that a lot. I would suggest not to lean into that too much. I think that one case of it with Melania and what's her name, her daughters or whatever. I think that might be the only case that we see of it. I don't think if we're gonna make, if Miyazaki or George R. R. Martin were gonna make a video game, I don't think they would lean too heavily and do things, repeat certain things like that over and over, because then it's easy to perceive, and then we can, because they're gonna try to keep the game mysterious, right? So if there's one case of it, there's probably not going to be another one, but they are going to suggest that maybe there is, so you can be thrown off. That's just me. Nas, the Radagon equals America makes only sense if America acted as in disguise as Radagon. Now, I would disagree. I do get the mimic thingy. Okay, yeah. From her though, but no, I would disagree with that. Okay, let's see. Like I'm sorry, y'all. I mean, I like these words. I'm learning physics. What do I know about physics? Not much, man. Yeah. Y'all must be like young and have that new education. Back when I was in high school, man, we learned how to work a shovel. We had shop and learned how to use power tools and nails and hammers. That was high school. Jackal, wait, Athop, Athop, I don't know. I can't even say the word, bro. But I know what you're saying. I know what it is. It's from D&D. What do I know? Yeah. When I last time I played D&D, it was called AD&D. You're getting all kinds of words. Let's see. All right. Well, a slope roof says in all the Asian astrology stories, it would just be Radagon with a split soul, and Ashura eventually gained power and enlightenment enough to actually gain its own personality, and then married and remerged. That's a good concept, I guess. I mean, I still wouldn't. There's just not enough there for me to think that. But I see where you're going, and the concept is feasible. Spiral's only 32. You're a kid. You still got a whole life ahead of you, bro. Jackal's 32. What? Man, I'm old. Y'all making me feel old, man. Somebody say 50 something. Make me feel young. The big thing about Radagon, in my opinion, is him using the America's hammers as a signature weapon, meaning he was originally. Okay, so slope. I would put the only pushback I'd have to that, right, is that we see in the Ash of War, the Lost Ash of War, where it says the mimic eventually becomes the genuine article or whatever. And so if Radagon is, let's say, a silver tier or some type of being that can mimic America eventually, so we know in this reality that a copy can eventually become the real one. So if he's can switch back and forth between America and himself, then it would become natural for him to use the hammer. James, woo, boy, you're my hero, James. James, you are my hero. And yes, Cayman, I know. James is my hero. James, the winner. He's clearly right. He's not the copy. America is. America's the copy. So, and I mean, there's no other weapon around as well, right? So what's he going to do? Just pick up anything? I mean, to me, it's just like, okay, he can, if he can mimic America, if he can do what she does, right? He can use the hammer. I mean, just like we use multiple weapons, or even in real life, if you're trained, you can use any weapon. Don't forget that he was also a warrior too. And if you believe he was a champion, a hammer is also the champion's weapon that we see in game. If you believe that he was that champion that's spoken of. Of course not, because he killed America. He's hiding her body. Habibi? America, I got a whole video on it, dude. America is the copy. Radagon is this being, like a silver tier or something, or a mimic tier, whatever you want to call it, that can switch. He's learned to switch forms somehow between both Radagon, his regular self, and America. When he returns back, when America picks him to be the next Elden King, Lord, or whatever, right? He's like, okay, I'm Elden Lord. I got this red hair. All right, now I'm going to start he gets the taste of power, and now he wants to start being America. But people aren't going to accept a redheaded Elden Lord, as we hear from what's his name, Muriel, the Turtle Pope. Why would America pick a mere champion to become Elden Lord? If he's saying that, that means not only is he thinking it, but the general populace was thinking the exact same thing. Why? Why him? Right? Okay, so Radagon already knows in his head he's not accepted. So if he's gonna usurp power, right? He's gotta start pretending to be America. He dyes his hair goes from red to golden, as we see in the statues, and he's got to start mimicking America, because when Melina starts reciting what America says, the vocabulary changes from a person who is a godlike being like America to my number one example is going to be the use of the word comrades, right? Comrades, why do you falter? He's already that's Radagon posing as America. You know what I'm saying? Because if a god, you're not going to see your people as your comrades. You're going to see them as your subjects. A soldier sees people as comrades, right? And that's what we know for sure what Radagon's background is. He was a soldier. So to me, that tells me everything. James, I don't know about your question about the mimic experiment. The Creator Lord was successful. I don't know. I don't know if that was Radagon or not. No. Okay. Came in. He may have been a mimic, maybe, but the America that we see, the America that people are seeing when he becomes Elden Lord, is no longer America. The real America is dead. DED, dead. He killed her. He murdered her. That's why we see when we fight Radagon, right? We see him as America. He comes down, changes back to his original form. We kill him. We see the Elden Beast take the body that is Radagon, right, and turn it into a sword. Now, without anything else, we're not going to do the remembrances. We're not going to talk about the sword, us having the sword, but we see the body turn into a sword. But when we beat the Elden Beast, we see America in the exact same pose, a fractured America, a dead America with her head busted off. Okay? And we see the Elden Beast go back into it. Because it was in Radagon. And now that that vessel is gone, it went back to the original vessel that it had. The dead America. And that's why we can set the Elden Ring together. It must have been that her body that was dead was off screen, something. I can't explain that. But we see it in the exact same arena that we fought Radagon in, that it wasn't there before. So that tells me that it was hidden somehow from our sight, from probably gameplay reasons, but it's that she's dead. And there was somebody in Jack's the Mimic server, right, posted a picture of the file names of that right. It said that America was dead America or something like that. Don't quote me on that one. But that is the logical sense that I see. Okay, let's see what Nas says. But sure you. Where is she chilling with her soldiers in Round Table Hold? Your third mind, I would agree with you. I believe he was a misbegotten at first. But when we see America punished as her destined fate, she still turns right into Radagon at the end. Okay, so slope is a roof. I think you're talking about the spear that we see through Radigan when he's hung up as America, right? So the only thing I would say to that is that because he's also a whatchamacallit, a puppet, not a puppet, but a servant of the greater will of the Elden Beast. And we know he tried to repair the Elden Ring. Perhaps him being encased like that or punished the way he was because he didn't repair the Elden Ring. Because of his failures, he was punished for that. And because of that, Enya and everybody else, the Two Fingers, they tell us something else. Because they don't want people to know the truth about what they know about Radigan and what they know about the real America. Maybe, I don't know. Radigan could be dead on that up there. He could possibly be dead and just being a puppet that the Elden Ring is, or the Elden Beast, whichever you want to call it, is moving around. Nas, I agree with you. That is a highly possible. Highly possible. Glow in the dark. Welcome back, man. Well, I had to make somebody a mod because we had this guy come in and he said some stupid shit. That's at round table hold? No, I'm not sure. Right. Okay, everybody, we're gonna have to continue this on the Discord later or another stream. It is past 9 o'clock, and I have work in the morning. This was a great conversation. Don't get me wrong. I mean, engaging gameplay. I didn't realize that it was all in the menu there. Sorry, anybody that watches this in the future, I apologize. Oh man, let me do a Discord link. Oh, the Discord link is in the show notes, I think. Yeah, man, I'm so sorry. This is a great conversation, but I gotta make sure that I go to bed and stuff. Old man stuff. But yeah, great conversation. I love it, everybody. Man, y'all. I do love the pushback. I do like that. And I just thank you for hanging out and talking. Y'all have a great night. Be safe out there, for real. Be safe out there, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Good night, old man. I am.